Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is John and this is your Modern Tech Breakdown. Today I'm taking another look at the ongoing thirst for content by the AI industry and how content owners are starting to defend themselves. Let's jump into it. Here we have an article from The Verge reporting on an interview with Reddit CEO Steve Huffman, in which he complains about how tech companies are scraping data for training content. But before we jump into that, I want to remind everyone of the looming problem that AI is posing for Google's primary business, search. Here is a clip of Google's CEO waving off concerns that AI is going to change the business relationship between search providers and content creators.
Describe the reactions to that news from the people who make websites is fundamentally apocalyptic. The CEO of the News Media Alliance said to CNN, "This will be catastrophic to our traffic." Another media CEO forwarded me a newsletter and the headline was, "This is a death blow to publishers." Were you expecting that kind of response to rolling out AI previews in search?
Counterintuitive part, which I think almost always plays out, is it's not a zero-sum game in terms of AI overviews. People are responding very positively to it. It's one of the most positive changes I've seen in search based on metrics we see. But people do jump off on it. And when you give context around it, they actually jump off it. It actually helps them understand. And so they engage with content underneath too. In fact, if you put content and links within AI overviews, they get higher click-through rates than if you put it outside of AI overviews.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, Sundar. Please don't be offended if I don't take your word for it that AI is only going to help content creators grab more traffic. So with that in mind, let's dive into this article from The Verge. Reddit has been escalating its fight against crawlers in recent months. At the beginning of July, its robot.txt file was updated to block web crawlers it doesn't have agreements with. Then people began noticing that Reddit results were only visible in Google results, where Reddit is paid for its data to be shown and not other search engines like Bing. All right, a few points I'd like to make here. First, every time I read about one of these social media companies defending, quote, their content like this, it makes my skin crawl. These companies provide some very modest value to their users in exchange for free content, which they then go on to monetize. It's not a glorious business model, in my opinion. I really don't like it. Second, here we can see that Reddit is one of the first companies to cut off a search engine that isn't playing ball with a direct licensing deal. Albeit they cut off the smaller search engines, not the one that matters, Google. But I still think this is a watershed moment where a content provider is balking at the traditional terms of the search provider content creator deal, where content providers allow their content to be indexed in exchange for the traffic coming from the search results. All right, let's keep reading for another nugget in this interview. We've had Microsoft, Anthropic, and Perplexity act as though all of the content on the internet is free for them to use. That's their real position. By calling for licensing deals, Reddit is joining more traditional media publishers in seeking payment for letting their content feed generative AI. I think the traditional value exchange from search engines has changed, said Huffman. Search and summarization and training are merging, and the value exchange of crawling in exchange for traffic back is becoming muddied. And there we have it. The CEO of Reddit is openly stating confidently that the traditional value exchange between companies like Google, where they have dominated search for so long, is changing. You combine this with the news from last week that OpenAI announced SearchGPT, and I think you can rightly see just how freaked out Google is about AI. Something like 2/3 of Alphabet's revenue is at stake here, and because of that, I think we're going to see Google fight to the very last man on AI. They will go tooth and nail on this one, and I, for one, am here for it. And with that, I'll leave it there. As always, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.